Okay, today we're going to talk about two things that don't normally go together: precious metals and cryptocurrency. So if you're ready to open your mind up for a bit, I think this is going to be a fun topic. All right, you haven't bailed yet, so that's a good sign. We're going to start by covering some of the basics of cryptocurrency. We'll focus on Bitcoin and maybe pay a little bit of attention to some of the other altcoins like Ethereum and Litecoin. I'll cover some of the similarities, crypto shares with gold and silver. We'll look at how to buy cryptocurrency, how to store it, and how to use it. And if you don't know anything about cryptocurrency today, don't worry. I'm not smart enough on the topic to get too deep. We can go deeper down the road. So the first thing I'll tell you is that this coin is a prop. It's not gold. And I know it's probably going to irritate you all the way through this video, but I like it. So we'll just jump from there into what cryptocurrency is. Just as a real quick definition, cryptocurrencies are digital assets. You can use them as a medium of exchange, a lot like you use a fiat currency, but that's about where the similarities stop. Cryptocurrencies are not issued by a government or a central authority. Most are decentralized and distributed, and that makes them easy to transfer peer-to-peer over a wide global network. But they're a lot harder to track. And I like to think of them as an anti-currency. So we'll come back to that in a little bit, but that's going to sound a lot like gold and silver to you in that it has a negative correlation to the strength of the dollar. And in Bitcoin's case, or cryptocurrency in general, it really has no correlation at all, except that as the confidence of the dollar goes down, there's a little bit of more interest in cryptocurrency in general. This is probably a good point to just say that I totally get that someone in the comments is going to drop in here and say, this guy doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. And I'm totally okay with that because cryptocurrency is a super complicated topic. I'm just going to cover the surface level stuff. I'm going to throw some similarities between gold and silver. I think it's going to make sense by the end of this. So let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been around for 11 years. It was released in 2009, and I was too much of a dummy to buy it at the time. I have bought it over the last few years though, and I think the number one myth is that you have to buy a full coin. So people hear that Bitcoin is above 10,000, above 11,000, it's playing above 12,000, and they think that there's no way I can buy a Bitcoin because I'm not going to put $12,000 into this thing that I really don't know anything about. The truth of it is though that if you buy Bitcoin on an exchange, you can put any amount in. You can buy $50 worth of Bitcoin and get some small percent of the coin itself. It's not like a gold coin where unless you buy fractional, you're in it for the cost of the ounce of gold plus the premium. The exchanges I'm familiar with, they're blockchain and Coinbase. And I personally think that Coinbase is the easiest to use. So I'm going to show you how you would buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then we'll come back to kind of what you do after that point, how you move it into a wallet. So Coinbase is a website you go to. It's pretty easy to fill out your profile. Once you do that, you're going to want to use their app. That's going to make you do things like link your bank account so you can actually pay for the Bitcoin, and then you'll be able to set up a wallet from there. What the wallet will do is it'll allow you to take the Bitcoin that you buy on Coinbase and move it to somewhere that's more secure. But the first thing we need to do is buy the coins, buy the Bitcoin in this case. We can see the current price of Bitcoin, see its trading history. Like I said earlier, you do not have to pay the whole 11,800 and whatever for the Bitcoin. You can put in any amount that you want. So what I'm about to do here is show you what it looks like to purchase $50. You can do that on a recurring order, or you can do it as a one-time purchase. And we'll get a preview here, and we can see that $50 gets us something like 0.004% of that Bitcoin. That doesn't sound like much, but it gives you the control to put in the exact amount of money that you'd like. Okay, so why do we care about cryptocurrency all of a sudden, right? Well, a lot of the reasons people buy silver and gold revolve around lacking confidence in fiat currencies. The thought is that if we see hyperinflation, that gold in particular is a safe haven. And I don't personally expect to see the crash of the dollar. I don't think it's going to be that severe. I don't think we'll be ever going back to buying bread with silver coins. But I do think gold is a great hedge against a falling dollar. And it turns out that Bitcoin is too. It's kind of its main point. Good for all these other things like, the fact that it's decentralized, it's distributed, it's easy to use, it's exchanged peer-to-peer. But again, Bitcoin is an anti-currency. And it trades a lot like gold. So when the dollar confidence is low, Bitcoin and gold are going to trade up. And Bitcoin has stabilized about 6 times the spot price of gold. So if you've been wondering why I have this one Bitcoin coin, fake coin, and 6 of these buffaloes sitting down here, there is a reason for that. Now, we're going to say the two are totally separate things is that you can't hold physical cryptocurrency. And that's actually not true. Now, you're going to have to stretch here, use your imagination. But the wallet I'm about to show you is known as a hot wallet. I don't know why it's hot rather than software wallet, but that's going to get you a more secure place to keep your cryptocurrency. But there's a step beyond that, and you can have a hardware wallet, which is known as a cold wallet. And that gets you something a lot like physical gold. But at risk of losing everybody, I don't think we're going to get into the hot wallet, cold wallet too far. I'm going to show you a software wallet. It's Coinbase again. Coinbase has their own wallet that's just going to let you see how to store your cryptocurrency. And it doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum. Personally, I actually like Ethereum. Regardless, the wallet's going to let you store them all. And if you're into it, it's going to let you spend them all. It's going to let you send. It's going to let you receive. So we're going to get into it really quickly. But before we do, if you're still with me on this video, thank you. I appreciate you. I know this might seem like a big leap from the gold that we normally talk about on this channel, but I actually think that there's a lot of similarities between Bitcoin and gold. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you a couple reasons where you might even pick Bitcoin over gold. Okay, now that we've purchased our Bitcoin and our Ethereum on the exchange, we need to put it in a wallet. We want to get it out of the cloud into a place where we can store it, we can send it, or we can receive it. And that is what a wallet does. So I'm going to show you Coinbase wallet. There are a lot of wallets out there. This is one that just synchronizes really easily with the Coinbase account. The Coinbase wallet's available on iOS and Android, and it's really easy to set up. Just make sure you save that private key during the process. Because if anything happens to your phone, you're going to need that key to recover your tokens. So as you can see, I have this wallet loaded up with a little bit of Bitcoin and a little bit of Ethereum. I'm now able to make payments with any part of that balance. I'm sure some of you have noticed by now that even AppMex takes Bitcoin as payment. I can receive payments as well, so that'd be like peer-to-peer if I want to take payment for a coin, if I was selling that to a friend, or maybe I just want to transfer tokens over from my Coinbase exchange account. We're also able to transfer our tokens to a hardware wallet, which is called a cold wallet. But maybe we'll get more into that in a future video. One thing I should probably point out is that the value of your tokens goes up and down with the value of Bitcoin. So you can see my total now has actually gone down. Bitcoin is kind of dumping as I'm recording this. Normally when I log in, it's going the other direction. But either way, it's kind of fun seeing the fluctuations of the price of Bitcoin in real time. So if we want to stay simple and just think of the wallet as a place to keep your money, it operates a lot like PayPal or Venmo in that it lets you to send and receive money. Except instead of using dollars or euros or whatever, you're using magical cryptocurrency tokens from the future. All right, so I've been telling you throughout this video that cryptocurrency is a lot like precious metals. I even said you might want to consider buying some Bitcoin instead of gold. So I'll give you 4 reasons, and you can let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. First, it's a lot easier to buy and sell Bitcoin. All of us know how difficult it's been to buy metals the last 3 months, and it gets more difficult when demand is high. But none of that applies to buying Bitcoin or altcoins like Ether or Litecoin. Second, it's a legitimate payment option. I cannot go into a store and buy things with a silver bar, but more and more shops are taking Bitcoin, and I mentioned AppMex earlier. I'm planning to make my next purchase with Bitcoin. Third, it has a greater upside. So this might be where differences of opinions come into play, but not only is Bitcoin pressed to 6 times the value of gold in just 11 years, it feels like it's really just getting started. And fourth, this is the most important one to me, it doubles your hedge. Now personally, I don't predict the crash of the dollar. But if world currencies do have trouble, what do you think is going to happen? Are we going to go back to the gold standard, or are we going to look for a new type of currency? Now, there are a lot of other benefits to Bitcoin, like transactional privacy, and there are plenty of others, but I'm not here to argue the point. I just think the 2 backup options are better than one, and one more coin with potential for upside is just, I don't know, more fun. Now, the downside, of course, is that Bitcoin could also go to 0. And if it does, you can bet gold will still be around. So I'm definitely not suggesting that you stop buying gold or silver or whatever you're up to. I just think it makes a lot of sense to look into Bitcoin and altcoins like Ether in particular, because they have a lot of similar benefits to precious metals. So I hope you've stuck with me on this one. I've been wanting to cover this topic for a while, and I'm really looking forward to getting some feedback in the comments. If you're thinking about buying cryptocurrency, or you're already buying, or you've already been in and now you back out, I'd love to hear about it. I imagine we're going to hit this topic again, so be sure to subscribe. And speaking about hitting, hit that like button. Anyway, thanks for watching.